My beautiful friends, there's something about blouses that most of us were never taught. And it's not about the color, or the fit, or even the brand. It's something simpler than that. Something optical. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And once you understand it, getting dressed in the morning looks completely different. Let me show you. If you've ever stood in front of your closet, reached for a blouse you've worn 100 times, and still thought, something's not quite right, I want you to know, that feeling is incredibly common. And it's not a failure of taste, it's a gap in information. Because blouses are the most face-adjacent piece we wear. They sit at eye level. They're in frame during every conversation. And most style advice treats them like any other garment, which is exactly the problem. In this video, we're going through 7 specific things blouses can do without us realizing it. And for every single one, I'm going to tell you exactly why it happens, what to wear instead, and where to actually find it. There's one thing I'm going to share. It's not the fabric, it's not the collar, that makes a bigger visual difference than almost anything else. We'll get to it. And before we're done, you'll have the exact search terms and the retailers. Because inspiration without a shopping list isn't that helpful. Let's start with the one that most of us have been doing since the 1980s. And that still looks like it belongs in a different decade. That stiff, structured band collar sitting close to the throat. If you have one, and most of us do, here's what's actually happening optically when you wear it. When the eye travels down from your face toward your neck, it needs somewhere to flow. An open neckline lets it continue downward, creating what's called the vertical face extension line. It's an unbroken visual path from your jaw to your décolleté, and it's what makes the neck look long and the face look lifted. A stiff, upright collar interrupts that line completely. The eye hits the collar band, stops there, and the jaw and lower face absorb the weight that was supposed to flow through. That's the mechanism. That's what's happening. Now, many of us chose high collars for a reason. Loose skin at the throat, a scar, or simply feeling more comfortable with coverage. That instinct is completely valid. And here's the good news, covering the neck is absolutely possible. It just depends on the collar shape. The collars that tend to interrupt this line most severely. The stiff mandarin, that band collar with no drape, sitting 1 to 2 inches above the collarbone. The structured Victorian-style high neck that closes up near the chin. And the large bow tie collar. The one that was genuinely beautiful in the 1970s, but creates horizontal width across the chest rather than vertical flow. If any of those sounded familiar, you're not alone. Most of us dressed in the era when those collars were genuinely fashionable. The collar isn't the problem. The era gave us different information. The collars that maintain the vertical face extension line, a soft V-neck, and the depth matters here. 2 to 3 finger widths below the collarbone places the opening exactly where the eye needs it. An open notch collar, which lies flat and lets the collarbone breathe. And a gentle cowl, where the soft drape creates movement at the neck rather than a rigid wall, and still provides full coverage if that's what you want. That measurement, 2 to 3 finger widths, connects to something we'll go deeper on in a few minutes. But right now, it's your starting point. Here's something you can try today with blouses you already own. If you have a blouse with a stiff, high collar and buttons at the throat, unbutton the top 1 or 2. Look in the mirror. Does the neck appear longer? Does something shift in how your face reads? If yes, that blouse is entirely wearable. The collar was the only thing blocking the line. And for cowl necks, if you're not sure whether one would work for you, take a soft scarf and drape it loosely around your collarbone, with the fabric falling gently inward. If your face looks lifted and the neck looks longer, a cowl neck blouse will do exactly the same thing. That's how you know before you buy. When you're shopping, 3 search terms that pull up exactly what we're looking for. Relaxed V-neck blouse women. Notch collar blouse, soft cowl neck top women 60. In the US, Talbot's carries consistent notch collar options Jill has a strong, relaxed V-neck range, and Chico's has cowl neck styles year-round. In the UK, M&S Per Una, Bowden, and John Lewis own brand all carry these shapes regularly. For budget, under $35 or £30, Amazon Essentials V-neck blouse and Target A New Day. Mid-range, $45 to $80 or $40 to $65. J. Jill, Talbot Sale, M&S per Una. And for an investment piece, Eileen Fisher or Bowden linen V-neck. And if the collar surprised you, the next one will too. Because it's the style rule most of us have followed for decades, and I'm about to show you why it's only half right. Sleeves. And specifically, the rule that's governed how we think about them. Always cover your arms after 60. A lot of us have been living by that. And here's what I want to say about it first. The rule came from a genuine place. It wasn't arbitrary, but it was incomplete, and the incomplete version has been doing more optical harm than the bare arm ever could. Here's what's actually driving the concern. It's not the arm itself, it's where the sleeve ends. A sleeve that terminates at the mid-bicep, right at the widest point of most women's upper arms, creates what I call visual bracketing. The eye follows the fabric down, stops at the hem, and reads that endpoint as the arm's defining width. The widest measurement becomes the only measurement it registers. Move that hem point to somewhere the arm is naturally narrower, and the visual reading changes completely. That's the whole principle. And it applies whether you want coverage or you want to go sleeveless. If you prefer covered arms, and there are many beautiful reasons to, the solution isn't a longer sleeve at any length, it's the right length. A 3/4 sleeve ending just below the elbow lands where the forearm begins to narrow. The eye stops there, reads a narrower point, and the arm appears more slender overall. Not because anything is hidden, but because the reference point changed. A full sleeve with a fitted wrist works the same way. The hem lands at the narrowest wrist point, and that's what the eye anchors to. What to move away from? The cap sleeve that adds horizontal width at the shoulder, and the mid-bicep band that puts the widest point on display. If you prefer sleeveless or a shorter sleeve, that's equally beautiful. The same principle applies. Sleeveless works best when the shoulder seam is structured and sits cleanly at the shoulder joint. The eye anchors to the shoulder line, which is narrower than the bicep, and reads the arm downward from that narrower starting point. What loses the effect? An unstructured, fluttery underarm edge that creates soft, undefined width exactly where you don't want it. The flutter sleeve that ends at mid-arm has the same bracketing problem as the mid-bicep coverage sleeve. Both paths follow the same rule. The hem point is the width reference. Choose where yours lands. Here's a quick test for blouses you already own. If you have a mid-bicep sleeve, fold it up to just above the elbow and look in the mirror. If the arm reads differently, longer, narrower, more elegant, the sleeve is the only thing to adjust. A tailor can take a sleeve from mid-bicep to elbow length for around $12 to $18. One alteration, significant difference. And for those of you managing lymphedema or navigating post-surgical considerations, I've included specific sleeve styles and retailers in the description that work beautifully for you. You deserve guidance that's made for your situation, not an afterthought. 3 search terms to find exactly the sleeve lengths we're talking about. 3/4 sleeve blouse women, elbow sleeve blouse women 60, structured sleeveless top women, US, Talbot's 3/4 sleeve collection, Chico's, J. Jill, UK, M&S per Una, Sea Salt Cornwall, Bowden. Budget, under $35 or £30, Amazon women's 3/4 sleeve top and Old Navy. Mid-range, J. Jill, Chico's, M&S per Una. Investment, Eileen Fisher and Bowden structured sleeveless. The rule we were taught isn't wrong. It was always incomplete, and now you have the complete version. Both choices are beautiful. The difference is just knowing which point on your arm creates the most elegant visual line. Now let's go deeper, because what your blouse is made of changes everything about how it reads on your body. What your blouse is made of, you can actually feel it before you buy. And once you know what you're feeling for, you'll never walk past the right fabric again. Most of us choose fabric by how it looks, but a blouse also picks something up from its environment every single time you wear it, and that something is light. Stiff, tightly woven fabrics, polyester broadcloth, heavy poplin, starched cotton, reflect light the way a mirror does. One direction, sharp, defined. On the chest and shoulder, that sharp reflection emphasizes every surface variation in mature skin. Fluid fabrics, viscose, tensile, matte jersey, quality modal, scatter light the way frosted glass does. In many directions at once, softly. The result is a smoothing, diffusing effect across the surface they cover. That's the principle. Specular reflection versus diffuse reflection. The fabric type determines which one you get. Now, many of us reach for the heavier, more structured fabric because it feels more in control. Less likely to cling, less likely to shift around. That instinct makes complete sense. But here's what fluid mid-weight fabric actually does. It drapes away from the body rather than stretching across it. The visual read becomes cleaner. The control comes from the drape, not the stiffness. There's a simple weight framework that makes shopping far easier. Light fabrics. Georgette, chiffon, fine voile. Drape beautifully, but may be sheer. These work for layering and special occasions, but for every day they need something underneath. Mid-weight fabrics, the 100 to 180 gram range, are the sweet spot for most blouses. This is where viscose, tensile, matte jersey, and quality modal live, substantial enough to drape away from the body. Light enough to move with you rather than sitting stiffly against you. Heavy fabrics, above 180 grams, belong on structured pieces. Blazers, tailored jackets, stiff shirts. As a blouse, heavy fabric holds a rigid shape that works against the body's curves rather than following them. On fabric labels, look for modal, viscose, rayon, tensile, lyocell, matte jersey. Those signal fluid midweight. If you see polyester broadcloth, poplin, or twill on a blouse, that's your specular reflection fabric. But there's a faster test than reading a label. Hold the fabric up, let it fold over your hand. Does it drape in smooth curves and follow the movement? Mid-weight fluid, that's your fabric. Does it hold a shape of its own, standing away from your hand in a rigid fold? Heavy or stiff? Useful for structure, but not for this, and for blouses you already own. Check the labels on the ones that make you feel best when you wear them. You'll almost certainly find one of those mid-weight names. That's your baseline for what to look for next time. 3 search terms: tensile blouse women, matte jersey top women, viscose blouse drape women 60, US, J. Jill for quality mid-weight drape, Chico's Traveler's Collection, designed specifically for fluid travel fabric. Eileen Fisher for fluid mid-weight across the range. UK, Sea Salt Cornwall, Fat Face Women's, John Lewis own brand. Budget, under $35 or £30, Amazon Women's Modal Top, filter by modal or viscose in the search. Mid-range, J. Jill, Chico's Travelers, M&S Modal Range, Investment, Eileen Fisher, Bowden Linen Viscose Blend. Now we're getting to the one I mentioned at the start. The one that's not about color, fabric, or collar. Everything else we've covered has been part of this. And in a moment, you'll see exactly why. Here it is, the geometry behind everything. Portrait photographers figured this out long before the fashion industry did. They've known for decades that where the eye enters a frame determines everything that follows. We're going to use the same geometry, with a neckline. There's a triangular zone on the body, defined by the base of the ears and the point of the sternum. Photographers call it the face frame zone. The eye reads this area first when it looks at a person, before anything else. Any neckline opening that falls within this triangle directs the eye upward toward the face. The effect is a visual lift. The face appears brighter, more present. This is the eye direction principle at work. A neckline that sits above this zone, the high collar, the band collar, the closed throat, creates the wall we talked about in tip 1. The eye hits the barrier before it can travel up to the face, and a neckline that falls well below this zone, or widens past the shoulder line, redirects the eye outward and downward, pulling the visual weight away from the face. Here's what I've discovered. The collar tip, the sleeve tip, the fabric tip, they all feed into this one question. Where does the eye go first? And what does it do when it gets there? The optimal zone sits 2 to 3 finger widths below the collarbone for most women. That depth places the neckline squarely within the face frame triangle. If you're petite, under 5'4", the triangle sits slightly higher on your frame. 1 to 2 finger widths below the collarbone is often the better landing point for you. For fuller bust frames, the principle holds exactly the same way. It's the depth of the opening, not the area it reveals, that creates the lifting effect. A neckline at the right depth works regardless of bust size. Of all the neckline shapes, 4 work most consistently within this zone. The standard V-neck is the most reliable. The point of the V creates a vertical line that also extends the neck. A medium-depth scoop neck works beautifully, but only if it actually lands within the zone. A shallow scoop that sits above the collarbone misses the triangle entirely. A soft cowl neck creates gentle movement within the zone. It provides full coverage and still maintains the open vertical line. A square neck frames well when the corners land within the zone. When it extends too far past the shoulder line, the eye is pulled outward instead of upward. For those who prefer coverage at the chest and sternum, a cowl or a draped V gives you the face frame effect while maintaining the coverage you want. You don't have to choose between the lift and the comfort. And as a brief preview, the color temperature of the fabric closest to your face matters as much as the depth. We're going to go into that fully in a moment. Here's the test for your existing wardrobe. Stand in front of a mirror and measure 2 to 3 finger widths below your collarbone. That's the zone you're looking for. Now hold up each of your blouses and check where the neckline opens. Any that open to that depth are already working with the triangle. Any that close above it, those are the ones worth reconsidering, or unbuttoning one button to see if the line re-emerges. A tailor can lower a scoop neck or round neck slightly at the front for a small cost. It's one of the most high-impact alterations you can make. 3 search terms: V-neck blouse women open neckline, cowl neck blouse women 60, scoop neck blouse collarbone depth. US, Talbots for consistent collarbone depth V-necks, J. Jill, Chico's. UK, M&S per Una, Bowden, Sea Salt Cornwall, budget, under $35 or £30, Amazon women's V-neck blouse and universal thread at Target. Mid-range, Talbots, J. Jill, M&S per Una, investment, Eileen Fisher, Bowden. That's 4 of our 7. The next 3 are the ones that tend to surprise people most. But before we get there, I need to say something first. My beautiful friends, 4 down, 3 to go. None of what we've been discussing is about fixing yourself. These are optical principles, visual mechanics. You're not broken, you've just been working with less information than you needed. If anything we've covered so far has made you think of a blouse you already own, tell me in the comments. I'd genuinely love to know what's clicking for you. Let's continue, because the next 3 tips include one that surprises almost everyone, and one that I think will change how you look at your closet tomorrow morning. Let's talk about one of the most common patterns I see. And I want to start with something that matters more than the optical explanation. Here's why so many of us reach for the loose, unstructured blouse. It feels safe, it doesn't cling. It doesn't demand anything from us that morning. And on mornings when we're not feeling our best, that ease is genuinely comforting. That instinct is completely understandable. And it's actually pointing us towards something real, the desire for ease and movement in what we wear. But here's what the loose, unstructured blouse is doing optically. When there's no seam, no dart, no line of any kind between the shoulder and the hip, the eye reads the garment as a rectangle. And a rectangle communicates maximum width at every single point from top to bottom, because nothing interrupts it to suggest otherwise. That's the visual rectangle. The absence of structure doesn't hide anything. It creates a uniform width from shoulder to hem that the eye reads as your widest measurement, applied all the way down. The correction isn't to go fitted, not tight, not structured in the way a blazer is structured, just intentional. One element, even a single side seam, gives the eye a reference point. The silhouette reads as having a waist, regardless of what the body beneath it actually looks like. This is what I mean by soft structure. It flows with you. It doesn't hold you. It just gives the eye something to anchor to. The structural elements that break the rectangle are simpler than they sound. Visible side seams, not flat lock stitching, but actual seam lines the eye can follow. Subtle front darts. A sash or self-tie at the waist, worn loosely, just enough to suggest a narrowing. An empire seam line just below the bust. The goal was never to hide anything. The goal was ease, and there are blouses that give you that ease and interrupt the rectangle at the same time. If you specifically want nothing near the waist, an open front cardigan-style blouse creates a continuous V-shaped line from shoulder to hem. That vertical line does the narrowing work without touching the waist at all. The same principle applies to a blouse with vertical front seams running shoulder to hem. 3 search terms. Blouse with waist seam women. Side seam tunic women 60. Princess seam blouse women, US. Talbots for consistent side seaming. J. Jill for open front blouse options. NYDJ blouse line. UK. M&S structured tunic range. Bowden, Sea Salt, Cornwall. Budget. Under $35 or £30, Amazon women's side seam tunic and Target. Mid-range, J. Jill, Talbots M&S. Investment, Eileen Fisher, Bowden. Now we're getting to the one that changed how I look at every blouse I've ever owned. It involves color, but the principle behind it is the opposite of what most color advice tells you. Color. Specifically, what it's doing near your face, and why that's different from the color you love. Before we go further, look at the inside of your wrist right now. The veins you see there will tell you everything you need to know. Here's what happens to skin as it evolves over decades. The natural variation in pigmentation, the flush at the cheeks, the deeper tones around the eyes and lips, gradually becomes more even and muted. Skin specialists call this melanin contrast reduction. Younger skin generated its own glow. It had built-in contrast. Our skin used to do that work automatically. Now we need the color of the fabric nearest our face to help carry some of it. That's the principle. Color reflectance compensation. Choose blouse colors near your face that add contrast to your skin, not colors that reduce it. What works depends on your undertone, which is what the wrist tells us. Blue or purple veins, cool undertone. Green or olive veins, warm undertone. A mix of both. Hard to tell. Neutral. 3 pathways. Find yours. If your veins read blue or purple, your skin carries pink and rose tones. The colors that add contrast near your face: soft rose, periwinkle, cool mint, silver gray, dusty mauve, lavender. What works against you here? Muddy earth tones: ochre, warm brown, warm orange. These absorb the pink in your complexion and create a grayish flatness. One note on white. Pure, bright optical white can work on cool undertones, but only if it's softened slightly. Harsh white bleaches the effect it's meant to create. If your veins are green or olive, your skin carries golden and peachy tones. Your colors near the face: warm coral, camel, golden yellow, warm ivory, soft terracotta. What works against you? Icy pastels, icy blue, icy lavender, icy pink. These cool down a warm complexion and wash the color out entirely. And for warm undertones, bright white is almost always the wrong choice. Warm ivory or cream does the work white claims to do, without the drain. If your veins are a mix, and this is the most common reading, you have a neutral undertone, the most flexible of the 3. Dusty rose, soft teal, warm ivory, sage green, soft blush. These work across seasons and occasions. Neutral undertones do best at the middle. Avoid the extremes of very icy cool and very muddy warm. Both pull at what your skin is doing rather than echoing it. One more layer. If your hair is silver or white, it functions as a cool toned frame around your face. Blouses in cool adjacent neutrals, soft blue-gray, lavender, dusty rose, echo that frame. Warm tones like orange or mustard create a visual discord that pulls the eye away from your face rather than toward it. For warm or neutral undertones with silver hair, the sweet spot is cool leaning but not icy. Here's the quickest test in the video. Hold any blouse up so the neckline sits near your face and look in the mirror. Does your complexion appear brighter and warmer? Or does it look grayish, washed out, tired? 10 seconds. Every blouse you own right now, today. And if a blouse you love fails the test, it doesn't have to leave. A scarf, a necklace, or a camisole in a face-flattering color, placed closest to the face, corrects it entirely. 3 sets of search terms. Use the one for your undertone. Cool undertone. Soft rose blouse women. Periwinkle blouse women. Dusty blue women's top. Warm undertone. Warm ivory blouse women. Coral blouse women 60. Camel top women. Neutral. Dusty rose blouse women. Sage green top women. Soft teal blouse women. US. Talbots across the palette range. Chico's strongest for warm tones. J. Jill for neutral and cool. UK. Bowden for the full color range. M&S. Sea Salt Cornwall for earthy and cool tones. Budget. Under $35 or £30. Amazon women's tops and Target. Old Navy. Mid-range. Talbots. J. Jill. M&S per Una. Bowden. Investment. Eileen Fisher. Bowden linen range. And the final tip brings us to the smallest detail on your blouse. Something most of us have never thought to pay attention to. And it turns out, it changes everything. Color, structure, fabric, neckline. 6 tips in, and this last one is the one most style advice never mentions. Let's close it out. This is the one I mentioned at the very start of this video. Not the fabric, not the collar. The scale of every element on the blouse, and whether it's proportionate to your frame. A blouse carries more than fabric and color. It carries elements, buttons, print motifs, collar details, pocket flaps, top stitching. Each one has a size, and that size creates visual weight relative to whoever is wearing it. The principle is called element scale hierarchy. When the scale of the elements matches the scale of your frame, the eye reads the whole garment as coherent and intentional. When the elements are too large for your frame, the eye jumps between them rather than reading the whole silhouette. When they're too small, the garment reads as flat. Nothing anchors the eye to any feature. Portrait photographers work with this same principle. The size of a brooch, a button, a fabric pattern relative to the face and the frame. Elements too large create distraction. Elements too small lose the composition entirely. We're applying the same logic to a blouse. For prints, there's a simple 3-tier guide. Small prints, under 2 inches per motif, read as texture from a normal conversational distance. They work on any frame, but require good fabric quality. On cheap fabric, small prints look busy rather than refined. Medium prints, 2 to 4 inches, are the most versatile. The body reads as a complete silhouette, with the print providing visual interest rather than fragmenting it. Appropriate across petite to average frames. Large prints, 4 inches and above, can overwhelm a petite frame because the motif scale exceeds the frame scale. On fuller or taller frames, a large print can be genuinely slimming, but only if the pattern has directional movement, diagonal or vertical. A horizontally scattered large print adds width for buttons. Petite frames do best with buttons 12 to 15 millimeters, in proportion to a smaller garment. Average frames, 15 to 20 millimeters, the standard range. Fuller or taller frames, 20 to 25 millimeters, proportionate and reads as deliberate. And one principle that simplifies everything. 1 statement element per blouse, a statement collar, statement buttons, and a bold print are 3 competing elements. 1 creates elegance. 3 create noise. For your existing wardrobe, hold the blouse at arm's length and look at it. Do the elements, the print, the buttons, the details, read clearly and proportionately? Or do they look chaotic or flat? If a blouse has too many competing elements, one easy fix. Put a structured blazer or cardigan over the top. It covers the competing details and lets the silhouette read cleanly. 3 search terms. Medium print blouse women 60. Clean simple button blouse women. Directional print top women. US. Chico's for scaled prints designed with this demographic in mind. J. Jill for clean simple details. Talbots. UK. Bowden print collection for proportionate scale. Sea Salt Cornwall. M&S. Budget. Under $35 or £30. Amazon medium print top. Old Navy, Target. Mid-range, Chico's, Bowden, J. Jill, M&S. Investment, Eileen Fisher for clean minimal detail, Bowden linen print. And now, I made you a promise at the start of this video. Time to deliver on it. My beautiful friends, I promised you a shopping list, not just inspiration. So here it is, for budget. Under $40 or 35 Amazon Talbot sale section. Amazon women's tops, filtered by Modal or Tencel. Target a new day, for mid-range, $40 to $100, or 35 Amazon Pons. J. Jill. Chico's Travelers Collection. M&S per Una, online, Bowden. For investment pieces, Eileen Fisher, Bowden linen and silk ranges, sea salt Cornwall. And one search term I'd suggest starting with. Type exactly this into Google or into any retailer's search bar. V-neck blouse women over 60 Tencel. That single search shows you mid-weight, face-framing fabric across 20 or more options immediately. That's where I'd start. The description has the full list, every search term and retailer from all 7 tips, 7 optical principles, and now the tools to act on every single one, 7 things. And underneath all of them, the same underlying principle. Where does the eye go first, and what does it do when it gets there? That's not a fashion opinion, that's visual mechanics, and it belongs to you now. You now understand what your blouses are actually doing. To your collar line, to your arm, to your face. You have the optical vocabulary, and you have the shopping list. The description has everything. Understanding these 7 things doesn't mean following them. It means having more information when you choose. That's all this has ever been about. My beautiful friends, one more thing before you go. Getting dressed at this stage of life should feel like a choice you're making, not a problem you're solving. Every blouse you own right now is already a version of this. You've been making these choices for decades. What changes now is just this. You have the vocabulary, the optical principles, the language, and the next time you stand in front of your closet or walk into a store, you'll see blouses differently. Not as options to evaluate and second guess, as tools you already know how to use. If anything here has clicked for you, tell me one thing in the comments. One blouse detail you're going to look at differently. I read every single one, and if you want to keep going, my next video covers. I'll see you there, my beautiful friends.